you guys, it's Bricklover18 here today with a review and an overview of the new 2023 LEGO Modular Building. This is the Jazz Club. The Jazz Club is set number 10312. It's got 2,899 LEGO pieces and is ages 18 plus. This set has got 18 LEGO minifigures included and of course is this awesome model of the LEGO Jazz Club. Ever since photos of the set surfaced back in 2022, there has been a lot of mixed reaction about this set. So I was a little skeptical when I bought it and started to build it, and that's why I'm going to make this video today and give you my thoughts and a little bit of an overview, of course, of this LEGO Modular Building. So let's jump into it. So you guys, this LEGO Modular Building is a beast. I love that it's 3 stories tall and just has a really cool, authentic look to it. So starting on the very ground floor here, we've got the front entrance to the Jazz Club. This looks like any entrance to any Jazz Club. I really like how the door is on a bit of an angle there, in facing in that little corner, 90 degrees. It looks really cool. Above that, we've got the live music all night sign and a magic show. And in front of that, we've actually got a poster for the live music. You know, the jazz concert every Friday, live music. Right in front of that, we do have a bench for the pizza place, which is pretty cool. Back at the front door here, we've got the door on an angle, like I mentioned. They're really cool tiles. I like the color scheme there. And then, of course, the box office. We've got some really cool windows there that add some nice detail. And then beside the live music all night sign, we've got a couple different lights as well. Moving at the top here, we do have the Jazz Club sign, which I really like. It is like this neon color. And, you know, if this was a real sign, they would definitely be lit up in neon colors. Moving to the side of the Jazz Club here, we've actually got a tailor shop, which is on the side here. You can see in that pink door, and then above that we've got the purple tile to go with it. Established in 1932, we've got Taylor, and then beside that we've got the pizza joint. From the pizza joint, you can see that they've got some flowers and some wall detail there. We've also got a street sign, and like I already mentioned, the table and chairs to sit at. I love how the pizza shop looks here because it's just offset a little bit, so it doesn't look like it's entirely attached to the main part of the building, but of course it definitely is. We've also got some really cool awnings there in the Italian flag colors, which look awesome, and the door swinging inwards, and some of my favorite color tiles there making up the patio. This part is a 2-story building and not a 3-story building, but it does have a greenhouse on the top that we will talk about. Moving on back over to the main part of the Jazz Club, you guys have already seen a lot of the details here, but I love the windows that are included behind the Jazz Club, and you'll also notice that each of the windows on the side here are like stained glass. They've got different colors of bricks, all transparent and look really, really nice. And of course, like I mentioned, very nice windows behind. There's also a ton of different detailing here, so it's not just boring old windows, but we've got things like window ledge, detailing, bricks, jutted out tiles, and it just looks really cool. Lots of detail put into this, and nothing was spared. Now I'll give you an inside look of the Jazz Club by taking off the 2nd and 3rd stories. Obviously, like every modular building, this section is easily detachable. You can just easily remove it and then place it back on when you'd like. So I removed the jazz sign just so it was a little bit easier to see, but this is what the first floor looks like. So right off the sidewalk here, we obviously have the pizza shop at the first part there. Off the second door, we've got the stairs going up to the tailor shop, and then we've got the main part of the Jazz Club. In the Jazz Club here, we've got the main entrance and then the box office. There is nothing differentiating the two. We've got the windows there. We've got some really cool tile patterns all the way along there. I really like it. And then just what you'd expect, we've got a stage at the front here. We've got some jazz instruments. We've got drums, a saxophone, everything like that is all set up. There is some lights as well that you guys can see hanging from the stage just to give it the concert vibes. I like how on the stage, in addition to all the lights and the instruments and stuff like that, we've also got some cool red velvet curtains. It's kind of hard to tell from the color scheme of the actual Jazz Club itself because it very much blends into the wall, but it's still a very cool looking look. And then, of course, there are a few different chairs and stuff like that down here as well. So there's 3 sets of 2 chairs each with a couple different glasses. One has a bottle of wine and 2 have champagne glasses. There's a couple lamps on the walls there just to give it a little bit more of an intimate feel and an intimate vibe, which looks really cool. And then, of course, it continues all the way along with that really cool pattern. I do like the mix of the tan and the dark tan tiles. So the Jazz Shop actually does connect to the pizza place here, which looks pretty cool. You guys can see when you come in the front door of the pizza place, you see all those white windows, and it looks like a classic Italian kitchen with the checkered black and white flooring, which looks really neat. We've got a pizza oven at the very back here, which you guys can see the chimney on the outside as well. It goes all the way up the modular building. We've got the paddle there for the pizza and for the chef to put the pizza in. We've got a cash register, looks like some containers for some toppings. We've got a pizza that is all made and ready to go, and then we've got a blank pizza here that's got some ingredients right next to it that can be used to be made very, very soon. And then on the back wall, we've got a few different jars of sauces and things like that for the chef to use. You guys have already extensively seen the front of the modular building here, which we've already shown the inside. But you guys can see this is just one final little overview of everything that's included here in the bottom floor of the jazz set. Even for a little extra detailing there, we've actually got a hidden door under the staircase, which actually contains a bathroom, which is pretty funny. I don't think you're supposed to be able to remove the front door of the jazz club, but I did it anyway so you guys can get an inside look at what the jazz club looks like. And of course, the jazz sign is supposed to rest on the front here, but I did remove it for that purpose of the video just because it would have blocked your view. Now on to the second floor of the modular building. On the jazz club side, you guys can really see where those stained glass windows are really starting to come in there. On these black panel windows, that's where the sign would be. Up here, it looks like we have the musician's office, or like the manager of the club's office. He's got a really cool Lego built record player at the back here with a record on it. He's got some modern art there, and then this really cool circular desk with a green lamp, an old-fashioned telephone, and a really cool blue chair. He's got another chair in front of the desk here. It's obviously a different style, but it is just a cool color as well for any visitors or guests that he has in his office. And then in the back corner here, there's actually an opening with a railing that allows all the music from the jazz club to come up and fill the office, which is really cool. So that would be very nice and give him a nice sense of, like, whoever the manager is, a nice sense of being able to go, hear what's going on down the club and listening to the music. On this side here, we've got a window out into the staircase, and then we've got a door out into the main area of the landing. In the center here is obviously the landing between the two floors. We've got another beautiful stained glass window here and an opening right down there where people would walk up to get to the tailor shop or the jazz club owner's office. At the back here, we do have a balcony as well. The door opens up and it's a very tiny little one. And then, of course, we've got more stairs to the upstairs. On the pizza shop side, we've actually got the entrance to the tailor here. So this purple obviously matches the door that we would have found on the outside, and when you come in here you can find just a bunch of Lego accessories that would be fitting for a tailor. So we've got a mannequin in the back there, we've got a dresser with a bunch of different fabrics and thread, we've got an opening for the pizza oven to get some heat in there, we've also got a lamp, and then we've got a table over here with the sewing machine, which looks pretty awesome. I like how it overlooks, and it looks like in one of those old-fashioned Singer sewing machines that I've seen several of. We've got a stool for the tailor to sit on, and it looks like there's even some gold fabric being sewn right now on this old-fashioned sewing machine. I like the windows in the old pizza part here. It looks really cool and just gives it a very vintage look. And now let's take a look at the third floor of the modular building. So these are actually two separate parts. We've got the third floor of the jazz club over here, and then we've got a separate detachable part for the roof that contains the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a little bit later. I feel like this floor is, for the most part, what you'd expect from an older style of building. Here in the main foyer area, we've got the other entranceway for the staircase. It's got a nice old looking railing there, and as you can see on this side, there is a door that goes to the roof of the pizza shop. We've got just a random plant sitting there, and then we've actually got a door into the dressing room. We've also got a ladder on the wall over here, which actually takes you to the roof of the jazz club. If you climb that up, you can get to the main part of the roof. There's like a little trap door. On this side, we've actually got the dressing room for the jazz performers and the musicians. We've got this really big makeup desk, which I really like, so it's actually got a brush on it that's held and attached. Looks like what's supposed to be a mirror, but it's really just kind of a shiny piece. And then we've got some lights all the way around with some dresser drawers and a red chair to make it look like the dressing room. You guys can see that it continues on with this really nice stained glass window pattern, and then we've got just a box for records over here. We've got a really cool music note art print that I really like at the top hanging there, next to this really big funky yellow couch, which looks really awesome. I love the style of that. And then in the far corner there's even some sheet music that just allows the musicians to practice, when they're up here getting changed and stuff like that. I also show it on the back, but there's some beautiful windows overlooking the back of the modular building, which I think looks really neat. I mentioned earlier all the details on the front facade of the building and all the window sills, but now let's take a look at some of the roof details. The roof is absolutely beautiful here. They use so many different bricks and plates and tiles and all that good stuff to just really give it an authentic older building look. This building does have a really authentic look. It looks just like some of the buildings in the town that I grew up in with the same architecture style, which I think looks pretty neat. Like I mentioned earlier, on top of the pizza place here, we do get a really cool greenhouse, which I absolutely love the design on it. I think they did really well with it, and I think it looks really cool and very, very sharp. I love all the vegetables on the inside growing, and I think they use some really cool and lots of newer Lego parts, especially on those tomato vines there. That looks really cool. There is a door coming from the main part of the jazz club to take you out onto the greenhouse. And of course, down here through the pizza shop, we do see the chimney that goes all the way for the pizza oven, which looks really cool. But other than that, that's what the side of the building looks like. When we flip it around to the back here, it is pretty boring. Like, there's nothing crazy special. There are lots of windows from the jazz club, which looks really cool, and I think it helps brighten up the inside a little bit more. We do have a little balcony back here as well. But other than that, nothing crazy special. It's, you know, the back of a modular building. You don't really ever get to see it, so that's why they don't spend too much money or time making it look pretty. And then the side of it here is super boring. That is not something you'd want to look at all when you have it in your Lego city, so definitely make sure you cover this section up. Taking one final look at the roof at the top here, you guys can just see the back end of some of the details there. We do have a squirrel with some leaves up there, which is really cool. And then we've even got a trapdoor into the main part of the jazz club, along with 2 steps to walk up in it. In this modular building, we also get a whopping 8 Lego minifigures. Starting out here, we've got the tailor holding his scissors. We've also got a drummer, a singer, a magician. We've got the cello player, another customer, the shelf, and another customer / patron. We've also got this really cool green motorcycle here. We've seen this in a few colors now, but green is one of the first that I've seen. And overall, just very, very happy and excited with some of these Lego minifigures. They've got lots of really cool facial expressions, lots of cool prints, lots of cool hair pieces, and so much more. I want to bring special attention to the cello player here. He's really cool because he's actually got a cello case on the back, in addition to the really cool cello that he's got in his hands here. Also, the magician comes with the hat with some flowers and a bunny as well. And here's just a really quick glimpse of the back of all the minifigures as well, so you can see some of their back printings. And there you guys have it. That is my review of the Jazz Club modular building. While I know there was a lot of criticism and a lot of dislike for this modular building, I honestly don't really see it. While I agree that it's not the best modular building that LEGO's ever released, I certainly don't think it's the worst. I think it's got some really nice details in it. I think it looks pretty nice, and given the fact that I grew up in a town with a lot of buildings that look very similar, I'm pretty happy with this one. I have a feeling it's going to fit just fine in my Lego city, and of course, if it doesn't, I'll move it to the back where you never see it, but I don't think that will be an issue. I'm pretty happy with the building techniques and everything overall in this set. It was a pretty basic one and is definitely not in my top 3 favorites of modular buildings, but it is certainly not in my bottom 3 least favorites, so I think that says a lot. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review and overview of the 2023 LEGO Modular Building. I had a ton of fun building this set, and I'm excited to see how it will look here in my LEGO city. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in a future video. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.